And so we have now entered the first day of February, and I know that a lot of us, myself included, have definitely have a lot to expect from Nintendo as of this year, and we are only 2 months away before we can see more of the Nintendo Switch 2, where Nintendo gives us a much more deeper look inside the system's roots and to explain to us how it's going to be different from the Switch 1 and as a whole. I'm actually really excited for this, but at the same time, though, I still have some concerns about the company along the way, and I'm gonna go into that right now. Actually, this is actually an article from Go Nintendo, where they talk about a former Star Fox developer from Nintendo about skipping their 100th anniversary celebration, and he also gives out some harsh words. Well, the former president himself gives out harsh words anyway. This was actually posted on the 1st of February, believe it or not. And it says here, as quoted, in terms of games and projects, Nintendo loves to publicly celebrate their works. Yes, I can definitely see that being a thing. Hopefully that'll be pretty soon. Nintendo often makes mentions of franchises that have hit major milestones in terms of longevity, and we see the big N remind us of legacy platforms through retro re-releases, infographics, and more. Too bad internally, it seems that Nintendo isn't one for celebrating their history. In an interview with 4Gamer, former Nintendo employee and Star Fox developer Takaya Imamura spoke about his time at the company and he recalled how Nintendo wasn't much for celebrations, so much for that they didn't even recognize their own 100th anniversary. And here's what Mr. Imamura had said. I joined the company in the year of Nintendo's 100th anniversary. At that time, society as a whole was in a bubble, so companies would take students who had secured employment on trips and throw parties to keep them from losing out. But Nintendo did nothing. We didn't even celebrate our 100th anniversary, and it was a company that never got carried away. So, from what it sounds like to me here, it sounds like this all happened back when the pandemic hit in 2020. Because, I mean, if you think about it, there are some key words here about society being in a bubble, which infers that people had to be locked in their homes. They had to be socially distant from other people. It's just common sense, really. So more of the article says here that some of that lack of celebration may have been tied to Nintendo's former president, Hiroshi Yamauchi, who is no longer around. During Yamauchi's tenure, diehard Nintendo fans knew the man was quite stern and a tough leader. Not surprisingly, though, Yamauchi was much the same behind the scenes. And Imamura goes on to say, it was keep calm when you're happy, keep calm when you're unhappy. No matter how well the company was doing, Yamauchi would always speak harshly to employees. Of course, this was because Yamauchi had failed in many businesses. But toys and games are a business that is a liquid business, so it's right even if you think about it normally. Hearing Yamauchi's strong and persuasive words made me think you have to make good, interesting things to sell, right? So about the article, I mean, there are some things about it I didn't really agree on. I feel like Nintendo, well, for the most part anyway, Nintendo does a pretty good job celebrating their anniversaries for certain franchises. However, I do need to counter argue this though. So if you guys remember back in like 2021, that was supposed to be the Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary. However, at the time though, Nintendo didn't really do much. And here's why. At the time, they were already working on the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and they were so focused with the game at the time, they didn't really think about celebrating the 35th anniversary for the Legend of Zelda even further. I mean, yeah, we did get Skyward Sword HD that year, but I just wish Nintendo had done better for the Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary. We could have gotten the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD along with the Wind Waker the Wind Waker HD, excuse me, at the same time. But Unfortunately, though, look, I cannot make assumptions here, but Nintendo definitely has like a lot going on right now. I'm pretty sure of it. I mean, if you think about it too, ever since Satoru Iwata had passed away as well, things with Nintendo have changed rather dramatically, though not always for the better. I really do hope that the Switch 2 at this point will do very well, which I'm pretty sure it will be. There's definitely a lot for us to see when the direct comes out. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to see it that day, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have to play it by ear, see what happens. I'm really excited for it, though. I can't wait. I'm hoping. I'm still hoping that we'll still get the two Wii U Zeldas onto that new system. If it's not going to be on the Switch One. This is Major League Gaming logging out. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.